Today I'm going to be discussing sexism in child play and development, and why it's so important to advocate for change in how we view toys, gender, and learning in early childhood. Let's start with the foundation. Childhood is a socially constructed concept, as well as a lived reality. It's constructed by the ideas and interests of society in response to its current economic and political needs, and also shaped by its religious and moral beliefs. And one of the bigger areas where we see this construction happening, gender. Gender is performed and enforced very early on. Studies have found that even 5-year-old boys express discomfort and even disgust when another boy shows interest in makeup. While some children do challenge these norms, these gender expectations are often reinforced, even by teachers. In fact, a study showed that this reinforcement can begin as early as age 2. Children quickly absorb and construct their beliefs from the world around them. Now let's talk about toys and media. Color coding, themes, and identities are heavily reproduced in both. We see blue for boys, pink for girls. Adventure, action, and aggression are coded as masculine, while nurturing, dressing up, and romance are labeled as feminine. Queer theorists call this the heterosexual matrix, a system that carefully shapes boys' and girls' identities before they can even speak or walk. It tells them what's normal, what's acceptable, and what's for them. And the media we give children reflects this too. Just look at the top 20 grossing Disney movies displayed on the screen. 15 have male leads. Of the 5 with female leads, 1 is romance, that's Beauty and the Beast, and 2 of the others were released only in the last 6 years. That's Inside Out 2 and Frozen. So while it's getting better, the idea that men and male traits are the default, while women are extras with non-universal traits, is still very dominant. And we see this bias take root early. As mentioned earlier, even young boys are already showing disgust towards stereotypically feminine traits. This shows us something critical. Boys are being taught that feminine traits are less than. But this isn't just about boys. It has real consequences. Gendered play has real impacts on children's development and social behavior. When boys lack access to nurturing or emotional play, they experience delays in empathy and emotional development. This contributes to identity struggles, gender divides, and ultimately sexist ideologies. When boys aren't encouraged, or are even discouraged from relating to girls or embracing feminine traits, they grow up with less connection, less empathy, and lower respect for anything feminine, and for feminine women. So what can we do? There are some solutions. First, we should de-gender toy marketing in classrooms. Stop labeling toys as for boys or for girls. We can display toys in mixed, inclusive ways that encourage exploration without shame. And we can use inclusive language. Not, girls, come play with the kitchen, but who wants to make something together? Second, we can reflect on our own biases. Think about how you speak to boys versus girls. Are you encouraging both to express emotions, take risks, be creative? We can normalize conversations about identity, gender, and emotion from a young age as well. We can allow kids to choose their own toys and playstyles, avoid labels like tomboy, girly girl, or sissy, as these boxes shrink who kids think they're allowed to be. Finally, we can value feminine traits in play for everyone, encourage boys and girls to play with dolls, dress up, kitchen sets, and imaginative games. Challenge the idea that feminine equals weak, early and often, and advocate for books, shows, and media with diverse leads, personalities, and gender expressions. So to wrap it up, gender is taught early on and often aggressively. By reinforcing male as the default and devaluing feminine traits, we're limiting kids' full development, reinforcing sexism, and shrinking empathy. But we can change this by rethinking how we talk about play, how we market toys, how we design classrooms, and most of all, how we support children in exploring who they are without shame. Thank you for watching.